What is up, YouTube? It is MetroGame75 here today. We're playing Sakura Adventure, a whole new game from Cloud Games. Alright, let's get started. That was another crummy day, just like usual. We're gonna get sucked into like a whole nother dimension. In fact, it's sucking into Truck-kun. But anyways, I muttered this under my breath as I walked down the street, clutching a cheap umbrella in one hand and my briefcase in the other. It's late at night and the sky is dark. It's so cloudy I can't see much of the moon. I like they always reuse this kind of night texture. I wish there could be something else different. But it's late mid-September and it's starting to get chilly at nights. The sun sets pretty early too, which means the streets are pitch black by the time I finally get out of the office. I've been asked to work late shifts last week, so I'll not be in and out of the office until 1900 or 20. A quick glance at my phone tells me it's 1945 right now. This isn't the latest I've been asked to work, but it isn't a deal either. Lunchtime seems like it was a small eternity ago. I'm getting hungry. It would be nice to duck into a restaurant and get some grub, but I can't justify the expense. I don't think my wallet will be able to handle it. I walk past a few eateries, my stomach grumbling defiantly all the while. It's raining through. It isn't raining too hard. I can hear the drops of rain striking against the canopy of my cheap plastic umbrella. It's an astronomicus harmony pitter patter. The soles of my black boarding shoes strike against the ground. I'm not paying too much attention to where I'm going and I step in a puddle. Cold droplets of water splash against my pants, leg, and I scowl. That's a pain. These pants are going to be sodden. I guess I have to put them in the washing machine when I get back to my apartment. The neighbors will probably complain about the resultant of grumbling of me using the washing machine so late at night, but I don't have much of a choice. I don't think I have any spare parts for work tomorrow. Spare pants for work tomorrow? Damn, I said parts. Yo, as if I didn't have enough to worry about already. I approach a crosswalk, still clutching my umbrella tightly. It looks like the road is clear. I set off, still holding my umbrella protectively above my head. The rain is starting to come down even harder now, in a miserly mist which sprays my shoulders. This isn't good. I need to hurry. I walk even more quickly, cutting my way across the road, through the rain. When a sharp glaring light from the left-hand side makes me pause, I turn. Could that be... No way! There's a truck! The truck slices through the rain like a mechanical nightmare. It's Truck-kun! He's gonna strike us back, guys. He is back! The headlights are getting brighter and brighter. I could run, but what would be the point? I can't outspeed it. It's going to hit me. I'm going to get smushed like an insect. My grip on the umbrella slackens. Soundlessly, it drops to the ground. The roaring of the wheels sounds louder than ever. I can hear it pulsating inside my skull. I close my eyes heavy. White spots watch me in front of my vision from the truck's headlights and wait for the collision to happen. I wait grimly for my life to end. The time seems to pass by in slow motion. I can feel my body drifting. My head is aching. I try to open my eyes, but I'm met with even more darkness. I can't even tell which way is up or which way is down. I can't tell where I am or what has happened to me. I'm lost. I think I remember walking back home from the office, but everything else is blurred. Did something happen to me? It feels like I'm sinking into an abyss. The pressure which is weighing down on me feels even more unbearable now. My lungs are starting to burn. It's only now that I realize I must have been holding my breath. I open my mouth hoping to draw in some needed oxygen, but my lungs are flooded with water, not oxygen, and I choke. I'm not really sinking into the bottom of the ocean, am I? Crap, this could be bad. I need to try and get to solid land instead. I pull myself upwards, my right arm outstretched, and then... What the hell? At long last, I break the surface. Droplets of water scatter about me, and even more droplets of water trickle down my cheeks and my shoulders. My clothes are sticking to my body, and my hair is sticking to my skin. I'm drenched from the tip to toe, but at least I'm alive. Thank goodness. I inhale a great mouthful of air greedily, my chest heavy heaving up and down from the exertion of it all. It feels like I was drifting in the darkness for ages. Now where am I? I glance forward, crowded. I don't recognize my surroundings. I'm sure I was walking down the street a little while ago, or maybe it was a long while ago. My thoughts are so jumbled it's hard to remember. Nothing is quite the way it should be. This doesn't feel quite right, and my surroundings are definitely unusual. There's a riverbank not too far away from me, and it's verdant green, started with wild flowers. There are trees beyond the riverbank with dark walls which sway in the breeze. It's peaceful, idyllic scene, but it doesn't exactly scream Central Tokyo to me. How in the world did I get here? What happened? I'm busy pondering this when, oh, thank goodness, it would seem that my spell was a success after all. Though of course I knew I have not been studying as long as I have for nothing. Look over here. Who's calling out to me? I don't recognize their voice. I glance at the riverbank, and then, oh, gaps. There's somebody standing there only a few paces away calling to me. This somebody is a young woman, perhaps in her early 20s or so. She looks to be around my age, but it's hard to tell. Her skin is so smooth and creamy white, and her hair is dark black. Her slender limbs are perfectly proportioned to her chest. That's perfectly proportioned too. Not that I was staring at anything. The woman's beauty isn't the most striking thing about her. However, her outfit is truly bizarre. It looks like she's wearing some sort of costume. Her clothes are formed, fitting, and she's also wearing a cape which swishes behind her in the breeze. She even has a large witch hat balanced on top of her head to better complete the look. Is she an anime fan? She looks like a cosplayer. I'm not sure what to think about that outfit. I mean, it looks really good. It's a bit unusual, but sure, that outfit really shows off her colors. This woman doesn't just have a nice face, but she also has a nice figure. She's very pretty. No matter how strange her tastes and girl are, curious details about this woman don't end. Her outfit is their jewelry outfit with wide ribbon hat. Are they cat ears? There's just no way. Those have to be fake, right? I'm sure they have to be some sort of accessory, but no way. They're twitching. They're actually twitching. And now that I come to think of it, doesn't she have a tail too? Alright, that since she said. I had my doubts before, but they've been well and truly confirmed now. This is no ordinary woman. She's some sort of a cat woman. Though maybe she prefer being called a cat girl. She doesn't look at all old. Hey you, why are you bumping at me? Ah, gee, she must have caught me staring. I guess I wasn't being very discreet. I've never been good at keeping my calm around pretty women, but this woman is extra pretty, and she's extra unusual too. That's a pretty dangerous combination. There's no way I wouldn't start staring. I know I'm very attractive, but there are better things to be doing than standing about that river staring at me. If you're not careful, you'll catch a cold. Now come on to the riverbank. I want to take a proper look at you. I would like to take a proper look at the hero that I summoned here. Summoned? I look at the woman later, still blinking. What are you talking about? Do you not understand? The Kakura is an eyebrow. He must be a bit slow on the uptake. I had hoped that my spell would summon a more complete warrior, particularly given it requires so much mana to perform. But this must be rather sudden for you. It isn't every day that one's plugged through ether and dumped into the river. I suppose not that I intended for you to wind up in the river. This spell is one of the most advanced ones. It was tricky before. I had few problems with the execution. But never mind that now. My name is Amina. I'm a witch who serves the blue goddess Renata. I have lived in Renata's main shrine in the capital, Bonus, for many years. It was my duty to protect the shrine from any intruders and to protect the priestess too. Given I am a very intelligent, well-educated, and beautiful witch of the highest degree, looking after the shrine was a simple enough task for me. For the last 5 years, there hasn't been any issues at all. Until 3 nights ago, that is. That was when a mysterious, malevolent entity stole into the shrine under my very nose, and they spirited the most senior priest away, Priest Luna. Ever since then, I've been on a mission to find her so that I might retrieve her and bring her back safely. As Luna's closest companion, I cannot help but feel responsible for her kidnapping. It was a gross oversight upon my part. I can't do anything. I can do nothing except responsibility for the sad fate which has befallen her. I vow upon hearing the Prius captured, I would do everything in my rather considerable powers to save her. During the last 3 days, I've scoured the anthem on foot, searching for clues as to Luna's whereabouts. Sunday with the power to find any trace of her. It's almost as though she was vanished before herself. I might be intelligent, well-bred, and beautiful, but even I was beginning to despair that I would never find my beloved Prius again. I was very anxious. I could not sleep. I could not eat. I was terrified. I did not give up. However, I was certain if I continued to search, I would find some means of returning of the Prius to me. And that was when I found an interesting spell written in the marginalia of my master's old chemical books. This spell contained detailed and meaning written, which one might be able to summon profiteers and take them from other worlds to offer their aid during the time of the crisis. There was a note appended to this spell which warned that casting it unsuccessfully can place enough strain on the witch or wizard's body so as to render them insensible. And even if the spell is performed as it is thought to be, it would still be incredibly draining. The spell came with no shortage of risk, but I was willing to shoulder them. Finding Luna, after all, is my responsibility. She was kidnapped while I was supposed to be caring for her, and I'll do anything to rescue her, even if I have the sort of ancient arcane magic that few nowadays could ever hope to master. I studied this spell, came to this forest where I lay lines are thick and abundant with magical energy to cast. I called out to the guardian of the goddess who will protect all of us in Athens, praying that they might lend me their power so I could tear asunder the fabric of reality, and then jeez. I was trying to pay attention to what Mina was saying. Really, but it was pretty tricky. She was using a lot of complicated terminology that was hard to understand. And it doesn't help that what she's saying is so crazy. I mean, what's all this about? Moon Goddess and Priestess? What Cronus and what Anthem? Who's this Luna and that Mina seems to care about so much? Achoo. Hey, why am I still standing in this river? I really am going to catch a cold if I don't move. Oh, dear me. You still soaking wet, you silly thing? You cannot possibly have a conversation like this. I doubt that you have been listening to a word I have said. Well, that's not true. Strictly true. Well, I did try to listen, but I'll imagine it went in one ear and out the other. Did it not? Well, I'm freezing cold, but a woman bears the blush captures my face regardless. This cat girl is pretty discerning. I guess those bright-eyed green eyes of hers seen an awful lot. There's no way I'll ever be able to fool her. I guess I should just admit it, too embarrassing though it might be. I don't want her to think that I'm being rude, but I must have found your story a little hard to follow. Just maybe. I'm a bit worried that Mina will be upset, but well, that is to be expected. I'm not sure why I tried to discuss this with you in the very beginning. I should have known that you would be befuddled. Befuddled isn't the sort of word people use very often. It sounds like something my grandma might say, but Mina isn't mistaken. I do feel pretty gosh darn befuddled right now. If I were in her shoes, I would, of course, take this situation in my stride, but we cannot all be as calm and level-headed as I am, I suppose. I apologize if my expectations were too sloppy. She says apologizing, but is that a real apology? She doesn't sound particularly contrite to me. Achoo! Or maybe I'm being unfair. I'm still cold and still shivering, which isn't doing much to improve my mood. Now let's get you out of that room. Post haste. Come on. Mina holds her hand out to me, her palm facing upwards. That ought to be our be our first order of business. Right. I wade forward, scattering drops of water in my wake as I do so, and reach for Mina's outstretched hand. I take it, my fingers curling around hers, and clambering out of the river. I might be free from the riverbed, but I'm every bit as damp as I was before. My clothes are still clutching to my skin, and my hair is soaked through. It's freezing. Mina looks me up and down, one hand beneath the chin. Well, we might have rectified one problem, but another still remains. You are dripping wet. Well, I can see that. Are you cold? A little. The water was rather chilly. Yes, that does make sense. I cannot say that I like going for drips in the river myself, not even to cool off on sunny days. The pond scum does not make the idea an appealing one, and I do not care for water overly much either, and your discomfort is understandable. You could endure your suffering with a bit more grace, of course. I am certain that Prius Luna would never tremble as you are, like a sick dog, but that would be nitpicking. I can see that you are in a bad way, in part because of me, so... Mina holds out her right palm. How about this? Does this help? A pale blue light begins to pulsate about Mina's extended hand. The light is like nothing I've ever seen before, which seems to be a bit of a recurring theme here. Mina herself is already pretty strange, but the light that is exuding from her is even more so. What's going on? I stare at Mina perplexed, then... Yeah. I squeal in alarm, my eyes wide as a sudden gust of wind assails me. This wind is so powerful it sends leaves scattering all about me. My hair meanwhile begins to flutter about my face and as for my skirts. It's being blown up. Shoot, this isn't good. Red face, I clam one hand down on the hem of my skirt to avoid flashing my underwear to all ends. Granted, it's not like that. There's an awful lot of people at the riverbank to see me. There's only Mina as far as I'm aware. That's still one more person that I'm comfortable with getting an eyeful of my undies. However, I mean, Mina and I are strangers more or less. She's already seen me dripping wet, which is bad enough. There's no way I want to start showing more of my skin to her. On top of that, really though, this is so weird. Where is this wind coming from? You cannot tell. Mina looks at me archly, her right hand still raised. I am the one doing it, of course. What? But how? Do I really need to explain it? It's quite a simple matter, really. You are not very bright, or maybe they don't have a magic from the world you grow from. Magic? I look at Mina's hand, which is still outstretched, and back to my skirt, which is doing its level best to not flap up and flash everybody. And by everybody, I of course mean Mina. Is this really magic? Well, what else would it be? Did I not really tell you that I am a powerful witch? This hat isn't just for show, and neither is this cape. I know witches like myself aren't very common, even in Cronus, but we aren't unheard of. You shouldn't be this baffled. What backwater world did I pluck you from away? I was trying to scout out a powerful hero, but I'm starting to worry that I might have made a mistake. Speaking of which, this spell is a little more potent than I intended. I suppose that's an unfortunate side effect of being a genius. You should be dried now, at least, so... Mina lets her arms drop back to her side. My skirt settles back into its usual position, as does my hair. Peace and quiet has once again returned to the riverbank. I can't hear the rushing of the wind, whipped up into a frenzy. Instead, I can hear the faint sound of running water as the river ripples against its back and gentle chirping of the birds. Everything is very calm and serene. My heart is still pounding a mile a minute. My head, meanwhile, it feels like it's in a complete jumble. I was doing my best to remain calm, but this is really too much. There's no two ways around it now. This woman really does know magic. She really is a genuine witch, and furthermore, she has the ears and the tails of a cat. I'm not in Tokyo anymore. I don't think I'm even on the planet Earth anymore. I've come to a brand new place, a brand new world. This is like a plot of a light novel, but it's so cliche that even the light novels have moved away from this premise. Something like, help, I was hit by a truck, then a pretty cat girl which summoned me to another world to be a hero. Would never sell in today's climate. Bro, Truck-kun. That was Truck-kun that hit us. It was way too hectic. This is some sort of dream then. Am I hallucinating? Maybe this stress of the daily grind has finally got to me after all these years, and I've gone insane. The worst thing is that it doesn't even sound too unlikely. I have been pressed stressed at work lately, but have I been so stressed I retreat into a fantasy world like this? I'm not sure. I always thought my sanity was fairly stable. I figure I was too boring to have a full-blown mental breakdown like this, no matter how irritating my thoughts might be. Besides, I've never been that big into fantasy stories. No, that's a lie. I was into fantasy stories, but that was back in middle school. I might have been the sort of person to unironically check out help. I was hit by a drug, then a pretty cackle which took me into another world to be a hero back in the day, but that would have been when I was 13 or 14. I'm in my 20s now, and I'm way too old to start fantasizing like this. It's ridiculous, but I pinch myself, but the scenery surrounding me doesn't waver. Meanwhile, looks politely perturbed by my action. What is the problem now? Why are you acting so jumpy? I already used my magic to dry you off, so you have no need to look so uneasy. Is something else bothering you? No, it's just we got two options. You're so pretty, my mind's so really. I have no idea what's going on here. To be in fact, a whole lot's bothering me. In actual fact, so many things are bothering me about this scenario. I'm not so sure where to begin. Mina examines me with the same clinical dispassion a scientist might regard some bacteria in a petri dish. It seems that you're still somewhat disoriented after being summoned here so hastily. I had hoped that you would take this to a bit better. But never mind. The most important matter at the hand is that my spell worked. Now that I have a powerful warrior like you on my side, rescuing Priestess Luna should be a trivial matter. I am sure that everything will be fine. Is she now? That's good because I was sure as heck aren't. I don't think I felt less sure about anything my whole life. Now that I think now I think that is enough idle chit chat. We have tarried by this riverbed long enough. Let us go back to the town. In case the casting that summoning spell has taken out a lot of me, I need to relax, and you look like you can relax. Are you feeling tired? A little bit, I guess. I thought as much being pulled through the other against your will not have been a pleasant experience. Yeah, my condolences. Well, at least you realize that this hasn't exactly been a bed of roses for me. Well, that's kind of thoughtful, I guess. Now let's go. Mina turns her back to me, her cape fluttering. I hasten to catch up with her, depressing the tall grass beneath the soles of my shoes. As a few weak leaves rustle underfoot and a few stick snaps, the sounds echoing through the air, which is calm and quiet. Maybe it's a little too quiet, or maybe I'm just used to Tokyo. I've lived there for over 6 years near Akikuro, and the hustle and bustle of the busy streets has become part of the daily routine. This forest, by contrast, is very peaceful. So peaceful it's making me feel uneasy. Mina leads me to the undergrowth away from the lake. I hurry along behind her, looking about me. Tall trees tower upwards in every direction as though they pierce the sky. It really does feel like I've become to a whole new world. Though I guess Mina and Kakuro, who can use magic already, can make that obvious. Hey Mina. Yes. Mina continues to walk ahead of me, fortunately the way she doesn't even bother to return when she addresses me to check on whether or not I'm still keeping pace with her. Considering she's the one who summoned me here, she's being very considerate. I get the feeling she's being used to bossing people around. She reminds me of me and my Matthew, Shima. There's a reason everybody calls him Sadashima, the saddest. Behind his back, of course, Mina is a lot more turbulent than he was, though that's something. What is this? What is it? I was wondering, where are we going? Where are we going? Back to the town, like I told you. Try to keep up. Alright, I got that. But this town, what is it called? Themis. Themis? Right, right. Anthem, then Cronus, and now Themis. This country has pretty particular naming sense, doesn't it? It all sounds very Greek mythology, I suppose. And where will be staying? Where will we be staying in Themis? In an inn, obviously. I have a room booked. It's nothing too special, but it should get the job done. They will offer us a roof over our heads, and they will provide ample shelter from the elements. That is all from the present we really need. Right, that's good. It's nice to know we have a plan, I guess. Well, of course I have a plan. What do you take me for exactly? I am a servant of the goddess Renetta, and I am one of the highest breeds close to the confidants. I am regarded as one of the wisest witches there is in all of Cronus. No, all of Anthem, a woman of my standing must always be prepared for any eventually. Oh, alright, I understand. I'm very sorry. Mina looked at me silently from a few moments, her lips still drawn into a line. Then she sighs. It's fine. You are from around these parts, so you aren't to know. Being a witch is quite an important occupation, however, especially when one is a witch who works at the great temple of Renata, such as myself. Don't underestimate me or my capabilities. If you do, you will regret it. What was that supposed to be, a threat? I take back everything I said before. This cat girl isn't cute. She really is scary. Right, I won't make that mistake again. I'm very sorry. Ma'am, Mina pulls her face. Why are you being so formal all of a sudden? Oh, I just thought that it would be appropriate. I mean, you said that you're a powerful witch, so I assume you want to be treated with respect. Well, naturally, everybody wants to be treated with respect, regardless of their status. It's not that simple something that I want, though. It is something that I deserve, given how very powerful I am. You do not need to grumble and scrape before me, though you certainly do not need to call me ma'am. I summoned you here so that you can help me in that sense. I am the one who owes you. I realize I have inconvenienced you, so do not debase yourself before me. Besides, Mina toys with a lock on her dark hair, beginnings of blush blossom of her cheeks. Calling me man makes me sound kind of old. There's nothing very youthful or girlish about it. I like older women though. Actually, you know, I'll call you Minnie. That's just like the name from Mickey Mouse. You know, Mickey Mouse's girlfriend, like this name right here. In fact, I do like older women though. Can't lie about that. I don't think you need to worry about something sounding old. You obviously aren't, and I happen to like older women anyway. What? Well, Mina's face turns red. That's when she scratches her cheeks with one finger. I'm glad to hear it, I guess. Not that I care about your tastes or anything. They are irrelevant. Mina sighs. Seriously, what is wrong with you? Did you hit your head when I summoned you here? I might have. It was all very sudden. Bro, the truck. It was Truck Kun's fault. All that truck's fault, man. That little K truck. I can imagine it was quite a shock, yes. I will try not to judge you for making any inappropriate remarks, but let us try to be professional here. Would you rather I call you Mina then? Would that do just fine? Thank you. That is what Luna called me. You mentioned her before. She, is the woman who was kidnapped, right? Right. Then High Temple of Renata is full of power priests with any number of talents, but Luna far outstripped all of them. She is an oracle, which means she can see into the future. Her divine prophecies, which were bestowed upon her by the goddess Renata herself, kept Cronus running smoothly. Luna's divine powers have helped us keep peace and orders for almost a decade. She almost has as much as fluent influence as the queen herself, but she isn't at all stuck up or arrogant. There has never been a kinder sweet girl than Luna, not in all of Anthem. I have always been fond of her. She is my most dear companion, and I treasure her immensely. I vowed when I pledged all allegiance to Renata's temple that I would do everything in my power to care for her, but I failed despite my intense training. She was snatched from the temple while I was supposed to be guarding her, and worse still, I never even saw the intruder. I have no idea who took her or where she might be, though I have a few guesses. There are no shortage of crooks and bandits who would seek to use Luna's prophetic powers for evil. If she fell into the wrong hands, there is no telling what chaos and calamity might befall the country. Getting her back is of paramount importance, not just for my own peace of mind, but for Anthony's future. I'll stop at absolutely nothing to rescue her. I can't bear the thought of my poor priest in the hand of the sun. Some bride gangs. Mina shoulders quake with indignation as she speaks with her tail begins to puff up in irritation. She looks so worked up, I wouldn't be surprised if she started yowling. I know what cats do when they get worked up, but that does the same true for cat girls? I'm not sure. I've never seen a cat girl in the wild before, not until today, but you will have to excuse me. I apologize for getting worked up. It is hard for me to speak of Luna without warning. She is such a pure, kind-hearted soul. I can't bear the thought of anybody kidnapping her. When I find the miscreant, I will use my magic to tear them asunder. I will rip them limbs from limber, sever their head from their neck, dance about in their blood, and... Once again, Mina's voice trails off. She mustn't realize she's gone too far because her face turns bright red. Well, that is enough about me. What of you? What of me? It just occurred to me that you already know quite about myself, but it's just only occurred to me that I do not even know your name. Oh, right. Now that Mina mentions it, she has a point. I have introduced myself to her yet. Well, I guess it's better late than never. My name is Kazuyaki. I'm 27 years old and I have an OL. Blood type is O. My star sign is decisive, and my favorite food is look at me and shyly self-conscious. Is it just my imagination, or does it sound like I'm trying to part in a marriage interview? I wish I wasn't so stiff and formal. Is that good enough? Honestly speaking, I didn't understand half the things you just said. No? I never heard of a blood type before. I have no idea what Yaki is. But at least I gathered that your name is Kazuyaki. Is that right? That is, nominally right, I suppose. Only nominally? Kazuyaki is my family name. My given name is Aki. Aki, that Army. I'll call you that from now on. I suppose that you can call me Mina. And that will do nicely. It's a pleasure to meet you, Aki. Oh, you too. Now then, what is an OL? If Mina doesn't know what Sukiyaki is, don't tell me Sukiyaki doesn't exist in this world. That would be too depressing. It's not all surprising that she would know what an OL is either. Maybe I shouldn't have abbreviated the term. But would Mina even have understood even me, even without the abbreviation? I'm not sure. An OL is... Wait, I think I can guess. I'm sure the cast I spelled that would summon the strongest hero to aid my age, so an OL would stand Perchance for Overlord, or in this case, Overlady. What? My face blanches. I think it might be expecting a bit too much from me. No, an OL actually stands for Office Lady. Office Lady? Meaning it raises my eyebrow? And what does that mean? That the clue is in the name. It means I work for an office. And an office is? So they don't even have an office now. That'll make my job a little hard to explain, but I guess it's not impossible. My job is all that complicated conceptually. Speaking of which is probably why I'm on such a low wage. An office is just a big building where a company is stationed. I work as a data analyst, which is to say I spend a lot of my time sitting at my PC looking through spreadsheets. Spreadsheets are, just forget about it. I can't say it possible to explain how spreadsheets function for the next 5 minutes of variability 1. Spreadsheets are variability in general. They are so inherently unwilling, in fact, talking about to them to a cat girl wish doesn't make them more exciting. Now that is pretty damning statement if I've ever heard one. Cat girl can't make something more exciting than it really must be dull. In any case, my job is a lot of fun. Most of my time staring at the screen, I don't think you find very interesting. You spend most of your time indoors. That doesn't sound right. You must have some combat pros, or else you never have been summoned here. Are you sure you never took on an odd job at this office of yours when you had tried looking at the spreadsheets to fight against worthy foes? I wish that would have made my life more exciting, certainly. But nothing like that happened. Just OL through and through. Do you really mean to say that you've never fought against a dragon then? Not as far as I can recall. For an arc, I can't say I've had the pleasure. Or even a slime. So we moved from dragon to slime happily. Me and Spade in half months, 1 minute, 3 tries. I don't want to be disappointed, but I never fought any slimes either. Not even one. We don't really have those in the office. So no. Well, what have you fought then? You must have some experience. I cast my mind back, hoping to find some small detail I might be able to use to prove the sewage meanest concerns. Alright everyone, that's the end of episode 1 of Sakura Isekai Adventure. And yeah, if you guys like the video, give the video a thumbs up. Dislike it, dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Check out my Discord server down below in the description. And I am out.